I do solemnly swear or affirm that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States of America against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, that I take the obligation freely, without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion, and that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties of the office on which I am about to enter. So help me God. It's the oath of the Patriot. It's Patriot Day. No better way to do it. So welcome to the 0 Hours. It's another episode. It is 9/11. We all know what 9/11 is. Big day in history. It's a big day in history for a lot of reasons. We all know about 2001, the domestic terror attack on New York. One of the saddest days I've ever been a part of in my life. I mean, it's one of them things you never think would come to your front step, and there it was. Radical Muslims kamikazed into the North and South Tower in New York City. And at 8:46 in the morning, the first plane hit. And I was watching TV reports of that day. And I just thought it was a plane crash. And I was watching the news report. Here comes the second plane. And we all know that what went on from there. Horrendous day in the history. A lot of people died. A lot of people injured. It kind of, the country's never really been the same since. I mean, once you know it can be on your soil, it's a disheartening thing. It's very sad. And, the conspiracy, we could talk all day. I could take a couple hours just to talk about this 9/11, what happened on 9/11. A lot of people think the conspiracies have went far and wide, that it was inside job, that it was just crazy radical Muslims, it was Osama bin Laden. There's a lot of different things. A lot of people think it was, set on purpose to come down, and they knew the planes were going to hit it. I'd rather do that in like a Zoom forum with other people. The ones that think it was inside conspiracy, some that think it was just, Middle East coming after us on our own turf. There's a lot of interesting things with that. And, if I would have had this channel a little earlier and could have had it set up to have a Zoom with other people with different opinions, which would be the coolest thing for me. And we will have to have that, maybe over a couple different conspiracy theories. I got some friends that I've talked to that would be interested in debating that. So a future reference, future episode. 9/11, like I said, it was for that reason was a big day. It's later it was called Patriot Day in observance of that, and I'm okay with that. It's not a national holiday or anything. We don't get off work or anything, which leads me to the third reason, I guess, that it's a great day in history. This day in 1968, this guy entered the playing field. Yeah, so it is my birthday today. So I'm going to try to have it here. It's after midnight, so it's officially my birthday on 9/11. So anyway, I wanted to do a vlog, and I'm going to try to do a podcast tonight, probably not, probably tomorrow or tomorrow night. I'm going to do my first attempt at a podcast, and I'm going to save one of the subjects that I was going to talk about tonight. I'm going to save that for the podcast because I don't have enough information about SB 145. That was going to be one of my topics tonight. I know I can touch on it, what I know about it. I've understood what the pros and cons are to people. I also know it's heading in the wrong direction for me. But I would like to dig a little deeper in that on podcasts so I can get some better information and I don't want to speak out of turn about anything, so I think I'll just wait on that. So I'm going to have a couple rants today. I'm trying not to make this as long, like I said. I've been trying to cut my videos down. So we'll hop into it here. Past week or so, been a couple things that really have come out that one irritated me, and another one I'm just sick of hearing about, so I'm going to get over that. And I have some new leaked information about that I found on the Tatum Report, which if you haven't subscribed to Tatum Report or Officer Tatum on YouTube, need to do that. He's a real intelligent guy, has a lot of good information. I'm going to actually attempt to put the link into the description this time. I'm trying to do that. A couple people that I like, Officer Tatum being one, Salty Cracker. He's usually under 10 minutes, but he gets to the point. I mean, he's very like-minded to me. He talks like he wants to talk, and he's a good guy. And he's a red pill guy like me. And anyway, so one of the first things that happened the past week, I guess it's probably been all over the news, and people are celebrating it and this and that shit. Kamala Harris, I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce her name. Kamala. A lot of people, Kamala was getting called, and Tucker Carlson got raked over the coals for that. So Kamala Harris, the vice presidential hopeful for the Democratic Party. She decided to get a hold of and discuss things with Mr. Jacob Blake. And you've known from my past vlogs, whatever, that I was adamant that was a justifiable shooting. You're resisting arrest, you've got a warrant out, but we go through that whole thing. I'm not going to go through that whole thing again. If you haven't heard of Jacob Blake's story, just go Google it, or YouTube it, whatever you got to do, and watch the video. You'll see it yourself. But this lady, I'm using that, lady, wants to get a hold of Mr. Blake here and tell him that how proud she is of him, of the way he's fighting back from being, shot in him. He's paralyzed. He got shot 7 times in the back. He is paralyzed. Unfortunate. It is unfortunate. I'm not going to wish that on anybody, and I'm not going to say that that's justifiable for what he was doing. I mean, I don't know, And in the heat of the moment, you're a police officer in today's age. I'm shooting too. I don't hold nothing against them police officers, and I think it's absolutely what they needed to do. It's just unfortunate that people don't listen. I mean, it's unfortunate that they're breaking the fucking law to start with. I mean, everybody breaks the law. I've been arrested numerous times. I'm not a saint. I'm not saying that this guy wasn't a great guy, other than he had a bad mistake. But if you read his rap sheet and what's been said about the guy, he's not a good guy. He's just not a good guy. He's a career kind of criminal. I'm not saying that justifies 7 shots in the back, but if you're reaching for a weapon, it is. So anyway, Kamala Harris decides that she's going to tell him how proud she is of him. To me, this is what's wrong right here. I mean, this is what's absolutely wrong. I mean, the athletes wearing his name on their fucking helmets was bad enough. Now you got somebody that's running for the vice president of the United States. The second highest in command in the free world, going to tell somebody she's proud of them after they, have endured all this shit. Just rambling on like the batshit crazy lady she seems to be. I mean, she's a flip-flopper anyway, from last year at the debates when she was saying everybody, the Me Too or whatever movement, that she believed all of Biden's accusers. She said we should believe Biden's accusers. And now she's, running for vice president with this guy. And she was on an interview, and I look it up. It's one of them, probably CNN with Anderson Cooper or some shit, where they asked her about that. And her only response was, it was a debate. You know, it's politics. That's the problem. All you fuckers play is politics. So now you're playing politics with this fucking scapegoat for everything. The martyr. The newest one. You know, Jacob Blake. I don't get it. I mean, I just do not understand that. This guy was breaking the law. He unfortunately got shot, but he was breaking the law. He had a warrant. The cops weren't there chasing him down, hunting him down like wild game. Had a reason to be there. And if this guy puts his hands behind his back, takes the punishment due, he's still walking around today. He's not sitting. He's never be able to walk again. Don't blame the police officers for that. That's Jacob Blake's fault. That bullshit is Jacob Blake's fault. And you know, there was another video came out today, and I saw it today. I don't know if it's been out a couple days, where a policeman's trying to arrest a man, and it just so it's one of them white police and a black man. Here we go with the black and white bullshit again. But anyway, this one didn't go as planned to the agenda because this guy was fighting with police. Got the policeman down. He was overmatched, you could tell. Well, this guy starts pounding on the police officer. And there's like 7 or 8 other guys around, right? So they come storming up. You hear a couple guys laugh something, and here we go. It's going to be another one of these videos. This cop's going to get shit beat out of him. Everybody going to laugh. Kind of like that fucker with the brick. You know, the brick with the guy in Baltimore. Just ran up behind him and bashed him in the head, and everybody's laughing and carrying on. You know, just a guy walking down the street. Some fucking thug wants to go show he's cool, you know, and brags about it on the internet and all this shit. I mean, what a piece of shit. It's just, we're in this crossroads, man, and we better start making right choices. But the video I'm talking about with these guys and the police officer, somebody made a right decision, and it was like they just jumped in and grabbed this guy and got him off the police officer, and they were wailing on him pretty good. I don't know if he wasn't a friend of theirs or if they just were pissed that he was beating on the cop. It didn't matter to me. I saw the policeman escape harm, any more harm anyway. And these guys subdued this other guy until the police got there and they arrested him. You know, the other backup police came and they arrested his ass. Kudos to you men. Kudos to you men. I don't even know where it was. It was just on a video I saw on Facebook, and I loved it. You know, I thought, man, that's the way we need to do. Back to blue. You know, all these people trying to make the police out to be this, like Rochester, their whole police force just said, fuck it. We're not putting up with this shit. You know, this guy that died with the spit hood on or whatever. I mean, I didn't hear a whole lot about the case. I think it was pretty much considered that, you put a spit hood on somebody, and he must have asphyxiated or something. Here's just hang with me here. Here's a little bit of advice. Just think about it for a second. Don't fucking spit at the police. Just saying. You know, just saying. Why are you going to spit at the police? I mean, I'm a kind of an asshole that when I was drinking and got arrested, I talked a lot of shit. I talked a lot of shit in the back seat of a police car. If I spit at a cop, I might have. Hell, I don't, I'm admitting I was no angel. Not an angel. I haven't been in trouble with the cops for, knock on wood, a long time. And I'm trying, I try to avoid those situations for a lot of reasons, but I've grown up a lot, 15 years ago, whatever, the last time I got in trouble. And so, I mean, to me, it's just, if I would have spit on the cop and they would have come back there and want to put a hood on me so I don't spit on them, I'm getting what I deserve, And I'm not saying, hey, I want to, I got a problem, I'm going to die in here. It's justifiable. Yeah, it probably is. If I'm spitting on somebody, I know what's coming if I spit on them. Well, we've all seen enough TV shows and live PD when it was allowed to be on, when they let you see the real fucking world before they decided to take that shit off because it displayed people in a bad light. You're doing the crime. You're fucking criminals. I don't care if you're black, white, whatever. Tulsa, Oklahoma. From Live PD and First 48, that city, if you live in Tulsa, God bless you, man. That's a shithole. It was always, every time we watch it, me and my wife, first thing, I said, oh shit, here we go. Tulsa, Oklahoma. Look at these idiots. And it wasn't just black people. It's black and white. I'm not saying any of that. I'm just saying that when you act like a dumbass with the cops, you're going to get some kind of reparations for it. And people were pissed at the cops. How can you be pissed at the cops? Now, I know we'll get into more later because I got the one that's really been brewing coming up. But Kamala Harris decides that this guy is going to get I'm proud of you. And maybe she meant being proud that he's making it through his paralyzed stuff. The soundbite was, I'm proud of you. Why would the vice president hopeful even contact a guy like this unless it was for the media play? And that's what it was. Because, her past record of votes and everything, she don't give no shits about fucking any of you people. It's just obvious. She's a career politician that's, her and Sleepy Joe, man, he's one of the guys that wrote the bills that put more black men in prison. But now they want you to vote for him. Because he's going to change things after 47 fucking years in Washington. No, he's not. Now, this is part of the election shit, but when it gets closer to the election, I'll really go off. But he's hiding, and they're saying, no, he's not hiding. It's blah, blah. Where's he at? Where's he at? He can't get through a full sentence. They should let her start. At least she can speak. She speaks horse shit, but she speaks half the time. Biden? Nothing from him. Yeah, he debates Trump. If a sensible person watches a debate between those two, it's going to be a no-brainer. But Democrats are going to vote Democrat. Republicans are going to vote Republican. That's how it's been. But you're starting to see there's more people walking away from Democrats than there is walking away from Trump. And is Trump an asshole? Absolutely. Is he a perfect man? Absolutely not. Is he lied? Probably. Everybody lies at some point. And he should be commended. He should be called out on it. Be completely honest here. I'm going to be completely honest. And this is how I'm always going to be. Zero fucks, man. I'm going to tell you. I watched Trump the other day at a news press conference. And somebody asked a question about, when he said the vaccine, he was on his, it was out in the outside on Sunday, I think it was Monday, Labor Day, the Labor Day speech. And somebody asked him about the vaccines, and he started rambling about the vaccines, and he wants to have it done by the end of the year. What he first said, he goes, well, it could even happen in October, before this very important date. We got November 3rd. He said that. I had no problem with him saying it. It's a little bit political, as far as maybe election in a little bit. I had no problem. But when a reporter asked him if he was trying to make it political, and he said no. And, okay, I'm good with that too. If he's saying that he's not doing that, whatever it is. But my problem came when she said, well, sir, she repeated it. He said, no, that ain't what I said. That ain't what I said. I said by the end of the year, you don't put words in my mouth. And I'm thinking, dude, you kind of did say that. And then she repeated it and said, listen, you said it could be done before November. That's like a political play. And he said, no, I didn't say that. Quit putting words in my mouth. He said, by the end of the year, possibly October before. And then he repeated what he said. So, did he fuck up there? Sure. In my mind, he did. You're talking smack and somebody calls you out, just take your whooping. But, that's fine. You're gonna say stupid shit. But Kamala Harris goes on record to talk to this guy for what? Why are you even wasting your time talking to this fella? Because the only reason it is for airtime, political reasons. That's it. You don't care about him. You shouldn't care about him. In my mind, you didn't know him. You didn't know nothing about him. All you know is that people are pushing him to be the martyr right now, and you're riding that fucking train, and that's it. That's the kind of person you are. That's the kind of, I mean, politicians are politicians. I get it. But when we're getting divided like we are, and we're getting this piece of shit getting to be pushed into the forefront, and you're just stoking that fire because it works for you, the blue vote. Do you care about Jacob Blake? Not a fucking bit. You do not. Don't even, I mean, she could say the blue in the face, I care about this young man. No, you don't. No, you don't, because your voting record in your past political career has just said, no, you don't. Just like Sleepy Joe. He, to come out with his dumbass statements like, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. Well, you wanted them to all be in prison, Joe. I mean, the legislation you passed in the 90s or whatever. Fuck, how can anybody think that you change? You go with the flow. There might as well be a teleprompter telling you what to fucking say. And I think there is. But you're going to get, right before, it's going to be, I'm waiting for it. My conspiracy theory is people call me a conspiracy theorist. Fuck it, I am, I guess. But I could see about late September, it's getting to the debate stages. Sleepy Joe's got COVID. Sleepy Joe's got the Wu flu. He can't debate. He's got the Wu flu. He's got to be quarantined. Who you gonna do? Trump, you can't debate him because he's contagious. I mean, I could see some bullshit like that being pulled out by the left. I mean, the whole Jacob Blake thing is just bullshit. I mean, I guess there's not been another one that's been like that Daniel Prude or whatever it was in the Spit Hood. Rochester said, fuck it, we ain't even dealing with you people. But if you look at some other areas, Portland, yeah, they're starting to fight back in Portland. L.A. County the other day, Antifa talking shit, kept saying, move back, you move back, motherfuckers, we'll move back. They waited a little bit. But boom. The fucking canisters came out. The rubber bullets came out. It's the way it's going to come. It's coming. People are getting sick of this bullshit. And it's not just white rednecks like me. It's not just people on the right anymore. It's the left saying, fuck, we don't want nothing to do with this shit. The civilized common sense motherfuckers don't want nothing to do with this shit. They can make their point, but once you cross the line into physical violence with protesting, which, was episode 2, protesting, there's a certain line you cross. When you cross that, fuck it. It's game on. And if you're going to push us to that, it's going to happen. And I'm not a gun-toting NRA member or nothing like that. I'm just saying there are a lot of people that are. You think about all the hunters in the country. The backwood hunters, the people that have extensive military experience. I mean, you guys barking up the wrong tree. The election's going to come. We're either going to win or we're going to lose. If Biden wins, we're fucked. I'm sorry. If Trump wins, yeah, I mean, it's not going to be like, oh, holy day, but it's going to get better. It's not going to get worse. Biden's in there, it's going to get worse. That's my election spiel. And you got his vice president going to say, proud of you, Jacob, for being a fucking thug, for being a criminal and getting shot. Okay. Hate me now, hate me later. And I'm sure a lot of people will say, oh, you don't have no right to say that. You don't know the whole story. Yeah, I saw it all, so. I mean, it's pretty obvious on video. I mean, when you have video like that, it's just hard to debate it. So anyway, I mean, I'm so sick of talking about that fucking guy. So we're going to move on to the one I'm even more sick of talking about. And this is where I got the stuff from the Tatum report, and it's been pretty much common knowledge that a lot of things were misled in the news by the good old mainstream media. They love to not report the fucking full story unless it's damaging to the right, and then they'll blow it out of proportion. Before I get into that one, the Trump losers and suckers comment. I mean, 4 anonymous sources. Anonymous. And I see some people on there just going off about that. Their kids are in the military. My kid's not a loser or sucker. Fuck Trump, blah, blah, blah. Now, 4 anonymous people on this piece of shit rag, the Atlantic or something. I never even heard of this crap. But anyway, did Trump say it? Well, 15 people come out and said no, they were there and he didn't say it. Even his arch nemesis, the book writing John Bolden. Now, why wouldn't John Bolden want to fucking throw some dirt on Donald Trump? He's already doing that with the book and all this bullshit. So if John Bolden's going to come out and say, no, there's a line here. I ain't lying about what I heard, what I heard or didn't hear. He didn't fucking say it. This way he come straight out and said it. Now, after a few days, of course, that shit's going away because everybody think, oh, fuck. Here we duped again. Oh, boy, well, let's find something else to fucking scoop on him. I mean, they've tried everything through the kitchen sink at him so far. Like I said, he comes through. He's Teflon Don, man. It just doesn't stick. You got to get some better shit. I mean, this stuff's getting old. That's why the spit hood guy didn't last very long. Rochester said, fuck it. And people are just like, they don't care about Rochester. They're so sick of hearing about these cities. But burn the motherfucker. It's where you live. You dumbasses are burning your own shit down. And now they're setting fires out west, Antifa supposedly taking credit for burning down the West Coast. They're doing different tactics now. Bunch of fucking cowards. That's what they are. Bunch of ignorant cowards. You think this is doing good for anybody? You think this is gonna... This makes you look worse. It makes your fucking candidates look worse. You're killing innocent people. You're hurting innocent people's businesses and their livelihood. Because you're fucking morons being led around by the fucking money. You think it's going to get you a payday. It's not. Obama talked all about when he was, they had people believing he was going to pay their mortgages off. Everything's going to be great. Our stock market went through a fucking pandemic. It's been through all this rioting and all this bullshit. The NASDAQ and all the stocks and everything should be in the shitter, right? Oh, they're fucking down. Still higher than Obama ever got it. That's fucking sad, man. And you think that political part... So Trump brings us all the way to there and then has this fucking bullshit to fight through. Still not as bad as their highest point. And you think Sleepy Joe and fucking Heels in the Air Harris are going to fucking save us? Are you kidding me? Sniffing Blow's going to fucking... the old sniffer... Sniff and blow is going to be the campaign slogan that wins and gets this country back right. The country was right, and you guys fucked it up. You kept trying to fuck it up. You found something that worked with the Wu flu. I mean, I don't trust any of that. I got a whole episode waiting for the Wu flu, so I'm not even going to get into Fauci and Gates and the fucking Satanist fucking bastards I think they are, whatever. I'll get into that another time. Wu flu is just, it's too much for one episode. For this episode. So anyway, I'm gonna try to keep on task here. There's one more thing I want to talk about on Patriot Day, my birthday. And you've heard me mention this name a bunch of times. I'm fucking sick of it. Breonna Taylor. Good old Breonna. It's sweet, innocent EMT got shot sleeping in her bed in Louisville, Kentucky. Okay. I'm telling you, the reports are just not the same. Maybe she was in her bed sleeping when she got shot. But she wasn't sweet and innocent. The report I read said she was forced to resign her position as an EMT. So she wasn't an EMT anymore. You know, Jamarcus Glover was a guy that was big into the trap houses. Whatever the fuck a trap house, like a drug house, I'm assuming. I'm out of the loop here in the sticks, but I've heard the term before. It's not a good place. There's phone calls after phone calls after phone calls when he was in prison. To her, 48 calls, let's be exact. They have documented conversations about she's going to go here and tell this guy, you know, he needs his money and this and that. And I'm sorry, Officer Tatum is the Tatum report. I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to put the link in the description if I can figure it out. I'm computer stupid. But he's been bashed. He's been trying to get to the bottom of this too, and he's like, this is being way overblown. They just, her boyfriend at the time, number one, the myth, other than her past doings with the trap house guy, that was her ex-boyfriend, and he actually, this is fucked up. They raided his house with a no-knock warrant, and him and 5 other people, I think, were arrested. Had a bunch of weapons, a bunch of drugs. Nobody was injured. Okay? And it's been said all along that the Breonna Taylor and this Kenneth Walker guy were a no-knock warrant. That's not true. They've come out and said it was a knock warrant. The guy was saying who's there, and they're saying the police. Dude shoots at the cops. Cops return fire. Breonna Walker died. She's dead. Breonna Taylor, I'm sorry. Breonna Taylor. I can't believe I fucking forgot her name there. Or misspoke it. So, a lot of things with Breonna Taylor just aren't matching up. And I've been one from the top. I've heard Breonna Taylor's name so many times that she was asleep in her fucking bed. Fuck the police. The police had to have a reason to be there. It wasn't the wrong house. That's the other thing you heard. It was a wrong house, no-knock warrant, blah, blah. According to the newest information from the police, and you could say, oh, we don't trust the police. Well, I mean, you got to trust somebody, but you're just, the backstory is not what everybody was making her out to be. A sweet, innocent, she was like a toddler in their mind. Sweet little innocent, sleeping in her bed, and she gets shot. No, that ain't how it played out. And I've said all along, the guy shot at the cops, so collateral damage. Yeah, it's fucked up. It's sad. It is. I don't know. She might have been the best person in the world. I don't know. But the fact remains, they just didn't come in guns a-blazing for no reason. There was a reason they were there. And that was unfortunate she died, but let's get past Breonna Taylor, because it's just not gone away because of the false reports out there that she was this, and she, like I said, she might have been a nice person, but she was not doing anything wrong, sleeping in her bed, cops come in and shoot her. No. Not according to every report that real news people I put out there, or real reports. You know, it's like, kind of like, you know, I go back to Duncan Lemp. I read all about him. He wasn't an innocent, I'm sure. I'm sure he had something going on. He got shot with a no-knock warrant in Potomac, through his window, whatever. But there wasn't no uprising for him. But Breonna Taylor, there was. Well, now we're finding out Breonna Taylor wasn't as innocent as everybody says. Maybe Duncan Lemp was a total fuck-up too, you know. And it shouldn't matter either way. If one was white, one was black, it shouldn't fucking matter. But you can't not blame the police for somebody shooting at them and shooting back in a house where you don't know where guns are. You don't know who the fuck's armed. She could have had a damn gun strapped to her. You don't know. But they're just supposed to say, oh, that's a nice, you know, looks like a young, you know, well-intact young lady. She's not going to hurt us. And see that in the middle of a gunfight with another guy. Then they got this Netflix show coming out where they're all so full of shit. Wait, everybody's, I mean, everybody on my side, okay, I'll admit it. The conservatives are all saying this. Now, what's the truth? The conservative side or the left side? What's the truth? We really don't know. According to the movie, it's sweet innocent Breonna Taylor gets shot for no reason. The Tatum report and the stuff from Louisville are saying a completely different story. So I guess you have to pick and choose who you want to believe. And, you know, then you can even go back to the good old George Kirby. You know, when his death happened, and it was, like I said, painful to watch. I've said that numerous times. He died of a fentanyl overdose, according to the autopsy, but still, I don't know why the cop laid on his neck. I would have sat on his butt if I had to, but I wouldn't have put my knee on his neck. If that's how they're trained, they need to retrain them. I mean, that's just wrong to me for 8 minutes, whatever, 8.5 minutes. You know, then when I thought about that, though, I went back to 2016. And the police made a mistake in Dallas, Texas, too. But it was a guy, you know, I think his name was Tony Timpa. Pretty sure, I don't want to screw it up, but I watched it. It wasn't on because they didn't release the body cam footage for 3 years. You know, it's like 2019, they finally released it. Here they are sitting, this guy wasn't on his neck, but he was in the middle of his back. This guy definitely had some mental problems. They knew him, I guess, from mental problems he'd had, and they were making fun of him about giving him a Greenview cocktail or something. The mental hospital, they were going to juice him up. And they laid there on this kid for 13 minutes. And then he was lifeless. They thought he fell asleep or was passed out or whatever. And they're all laughing and having a good old time with Mr. Timpa. I think it's Tony Timpa. And, or Tim Timpa. I got to look that up. I just thought of it as I was talking. And, you know, it was unfortunate the cops did that. And then when they get him in the ambulance, the paramedics let him know about it. They said, hey, well, is he going to be all right? He passed out or whatever. And you hear the guy plain as day on the video. He said, he's snapping his glove. He goes, he's fucking dead. And they're like, what? You know, it's like, what do you expect? So cops aren't perfect. They do dumb shit like that. But I don't think they're systematically hunting down guys like, you know, he was a ginger hair. Are they systematically hunting down redheads? Are they systematically hunting down blacks? No. No. When they're called to a disturbance, you don't cooperate with the police, bad shit happens. Right or wrong or indifferent. That's just how it is. But they're not hunting black people. And people say, well, you know, why are there always blacks? Well, you know, blacks kill each other more than anybody else in the world. In our country, anyway. I mean, I shouldn't say world. But the country, you know, it's like 94% of black people being shot are by other black people. But where's BLM and that bullshit? Where's BLM showing up in Chicago? Why don't they have a task force and protect each other there? You know, 94%. I mean, that's a lot. And I'm not even saying black men are 6.7% of the country and are responsible for 48% of murder. It's a fucked up, disparaging thing. I'm not saying they've had the best chances in life. I mean, I think they've had equal chances, but they've made some bad decisions or been put in bad situations. Some climb out, some don't. And some kill and some are killed. It's a jungle out there, and I'm not saying it to be, you know, fucking racist, because I'm not. I'm just saying this world's fucked up. There's plenty of white people that shoot white people. It's just not a high as a number. But I'm getting real tired of thinking they think the cops are systematically hunting down black people to kill them. That is not the case. Systemic racism, in my mind, is bullshit. All these athletes are saying all this stuff, and the celebrities and yada yada. And it's like, you're millionaires. This one guy, out back in, I forget which baseball player it was. He made like $47,000 a damn at bat in baseball or something. So 2 swings of a bat pop up to the pitcher. You made what I make in a fucking year, and you're telling me you're oppressed? And that you don't have no opportunity in this country, and that you guys are, we're never respected, and racism is all this bullshit, and there's no... Let's go through it. I'm just going through it. I'm going to come out with any of the above, and you tell me if I'm not going to be raked across coals. Okay? White entertainment television. Am I a racist? Oh, yeah. If I put on white entertainment television. The National Association for the Advancement of White People. Am I going to get called a racist? Oh, yeah. Historically white colleges and university. Because right now I don't know of any that... And I'm not saying that the historically black colleges don't let white people in. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying why they got to say it like that. I mean, why is it even a thing? I don't get that shit. I don't get all this social justice stuff. It's like, I know a lot of people are treated unfairly, and it might be the case. There might be some racist. There's racist everywhere. There's black people they can say there's no such thing but bullshit. There's black people that hate white people, and they're racist against them. It's because we don't have the word. You call us cracker. I mean, that's not okay. Honky, whatever. That's not disparaging words to. I don't know why it never stuck, and it might piss some people off. Redneck, hillbilly, that pisses people off. If you got, you tattooed and you wear bibs and spit and everything else, you fucking redneck, piece of white trash. Yeah, I mean, that's what you call them, and that pisses some people off. Because they don't talk like you, and they're not, they don't wear the clothes you wear, and they're destitute or they're poor or whatever. But we use the N-word, oh my God. Even though every rap song ever made's got it in it 100 times. And I get it. When it's meant to be a slur, it's a slur. It's fucked up. I try not to use it. I have in my life, yes. I've been mad. Sure. I've been called plenty of names in my life. Everything in the book. But, I mean, I don't go around thinking it every day. Look at this. Every black guy that walks by, I don't say it. I'm not here to justify my lack of racism. I'm here to say that all this bullshit's getting old, man. It's all political. We're being played to split the country. I mean, we're going as far as Jesse Smollett fucking paying people and saying 2 white Trump supporters did. I mean, come on, that was a hoax. Big time. And that kind of just got swept under because it's like, ooh, he got caught up. No, I mean, he did. But why was he even doing it? I mean, why are we trying to divide each other? Why are we doing this shit? It's like Black Lives Matter. Yes, they do. Your movement don't mean fucking nothing. Your movement sucks. Your movement's a piece of shit. It's a political machine. It's nothing but destruction, horse shit. Political. That's it. Antifa, you're just a waste of fucking space. I mean, you started out by being the face mask wearing coward bullshit. Now you're finding out that, your little fucking twat knots and everything else that you think you're cool and you want justice and peace and everything, but you don't want peace. You want a peace because peace don't work, so now you got to go with the violence. You're going to get fucked up. keep bullying your bullshit, Antifa. Their time's coming. I don't care if Trump wins or not. If he wins, you're going to get smacked down. If he doesn't win, If Biden wins, Patriots, we're going to fuck you up. And I'm not here to be Billy Badass. I'm just saying, you come to my town with that bullshit, and there's enough people in here, in this small little place I live in, that will say it's time to go. It's time to defend, shit or get off the pot. The heat's in the kitchen. Can you take it or not? And there's the guys that are a lot more, it's hard to believe, I know, but there's the guys that are a lot more asshole than me. And they will fucking end you in your Antifa bullshit. And Black Lives Matter, the same thing. You can have a message without having to be forceful. The protesting thing I talked about. Peaceful, so we can't do it. Peaceful protesting don't work. Why doesn't it work? I know all about that, and I was always. But you bring up the dumbest shit in my mind. Sorry, not sorry. I'm over this shit. George Floyd was unfortunate, to watch, but we'll go through the whole thing again. Floyd, could have been handled different. Did he die of asphyxiation? They say no, it was fentanyl, but whatever. But here we go, a career criminal. He's a hero now. Why do you hang your hat on this guy? I remember that the one I was trying to think of the other day, Felipe Castro, when he was reaching for his registration, got shot, fucked up. Man did nothing wrong. If you were going to have riots and everything else about him, that would have been, it would have been understandable at least. I would have still not liked seeing it, but I would have been more on board with it. But now, it's just in the middle of the Wu flu, right before the election year. Nothing else has worked. So what does the batshit crazy far left fucking do? They get all this shit stirred up. Okay, George Floyd, but it calmed down, didn't it? It calmed down after a while because people said, the body cam footage came out. It's not the fucking same we thought. Still fucked up. Cops, Chauvin deserves to go. He should have never, I would have sat on my butt on his butt before I would have put my knee on somebody's neck. That was uncalled for. The Aubrey case. The jogger. Yeah, two rednecks got out of control, or two hillbillies, whatever you want to call them. They took justice in their own hands, and they're paying the price. They're in jail for it. There's no justice for Aubrey. There's already been a justice. But it's just like the Rodney King thing way back when. And if they're acquitted, here we go with the bullshit riots again. And I'm not the one to judge. I'm not on the jury. I'm not in the fucking judge's chambers. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. Aubrey got shot. It was probably a fucked up situation. But don't tell me he was just a guy jogging and he didn't deserve to die. No, I fucking get that. I think everybody fucking gets that, man. But why do you got to go so far to the extreme on everything? Everything has been fucked up. And you tried that shit in Seattle with the chop and it didn't fucking work. Portland's been doing this shit for, 100 fucking days? Tearing your own place up. And you're going to want the federal government to come in and pay the bill. If I was Trump and the administration in Washington, I'd say go fuck yourself. The old mayor of Portland's getting barraged. This fucking apartment's getting paid. It's funny. It is. It's fucking hilarious. The lady that was saying it's okay to protest, blah, blah, blah. And then they break into her fucking house and spray paint BLM on her fucking walls. Then she's wanting, this got to stop. Well, of course. Of course you're going to do it now because, shit, it's getting you. It's in your fucking house. It's in your fucking face now. You didn't mind it when they're out there outside your little walls like Beetlejuice does in Chicago. They can burn that fucking place down, blah, blah, blah. I get security. I want security around me all the time. As bad as de Blasio had cops guarding a fucking mural on the fucking street that said Black Lives Matter. Are you fucking kidding? You want to defund the police, but you want to pay them to fucking babysit paint. That's how fucked up the left is, in my mind. I mean, the left's going to say the same thing about me. You know, you Trumpers are just, you're fucking radical to the right and everything's this and that. And I don't even know what all they say about it. They say Trump's fucking lies. All he does is lie. He's divided the country. It's like, okay, BLM. When did it come into fruition? Obama started that. The Obama administration started that. Was Antifa here? No, it was already here. It was back in the Obama days. It's like the craziest fucking thing in my head is all this stuff. You know, the first black president for 8 years. For 8 fucking years. And it all went fucking south. I'm not saying it's because the guy was black. I'm saying he was a piss poor president as a fucking president. But had the perfect opportunity as being a man of color, well-spoken guy, had all 8 years to get something, systemic racism, whatever they call it. Why didn't he fix it? Why didn't he work harder to fix it? Why was you worried about giving other countries a bunch of fucking money to fund the bullshit over there? Trump wants out of the Middle East. And you guys were digging in there because it's better payday. Why are we fucking around with other countries at all? That's one thing about the libertarians. I'm on board with libertarians there. Stay the fuck out of everybody's bullshit. Just stay at home, fix this place. Fix whatever we need to fix. I mean, I'm living in a small town and there's homeless fucking problem here. I mean, not a homeless problem per se, but I mean, it's a problem because anybody shouldn't be homeless. I don't want anybody to be homeless. But at the same time, I'm not letting them come into my house. You know what I mean? I'll try to think of a solution, but yeah, I'm not that much of a humanitarian. I'm all about fairness and trying to help somebody, but yeah, there's got to be a limit. There's got to be a set stone. If you want to help somebody, that's great. Help them within your means, but you shouldn't overextend yourself for anybody like that. To me, Kamala Harris talking to Mr. Blake was overextended, didn't need to be done. It's political. We're in a chess match. They're trying their shit. They're trying to go after Trump. Trump's going to come back with his side. He wants that vaccine. They want him to not have a vaccine. I don't want him to have a vaccine because, to me, you're telling me a vaccine, I ain't taking that fucker. Nope. I've never had a flu shot in my life. And I had something in February. I truly, to this day, still believe it was the Wu flu. Like I said, I've never had the flu before. 51 fucking years I didn't have it. And all of a sudden I got real sick in fucking February to where I had to take 3 days off work. I don't do that shit. That don't happen in my world for an illness. I had to take it off because I was contagious. I fucking fever out the ass. Felt like I watched the coronavirus symptoms and when they first came out. But now a stomach ache's a fucking symptom. A headache's a symptom. I mean, come on. Can't smell your hamburger cooking. That's a fucking symptom. Whatever, man. And they all end up negative or fucking. Then they test you 4 times to get a positive. And, like I said, a whole nother thing with the Wu flu. But I had, I'm not taking the vaccine. I guess if the military storms into my house, says you will take this vaccine or you won't be able to do this and that. Well, it's been a good run, 52 fucking years. I don't want it. I'd rather get it. If I didn't have the Wu flu, I'd rather have it. I'd rather get it now. And fight it off or die. I'd rather take my chances. I don't want a fucking vaccine. Because I don't know what the hell they're doing. And I'm not testing it. Not testing it. But anyway, trying to get off here early. Under an hour. I'm shooting for under an hour for the rest of them, or at least on an hour. I call it the 0 hours. I don't mean to extend it for hours, but. So I'm not real thrilled about Kamala Harris. And I'm not real thrilled about Breonna Taylor being mentioned over and over and over again. And I understand I'm going to get called everything in the book. All I'm saying is, There's two sides to everything. And I might be reading too much into Breonna Taylor. Maybe she was more innocent. I'm just saying by the information that's coming out, I'm making my solely on that. I'm not wishing I'm wrong. I'm wishing I'm wrong about everybody. You know, if Breonna Taylor was innocent, then the cops need to fucking pay the price. If she was caught in collateral damage shootout like it's saying, it sucks, but it's reality. You need to move on. Why are we having riots and still say her name, say her name? Well, you know, do we really want to get back into that? You know, everybody that dies by the shooting of the cops that get in return fire, especially, they're gonna say my name. You know, Jacob Blake, say his name. No, I ain't saying. I'm tired of saying his fucking name. You know, it was. How about the policemen that get killed in line of duty? Why don't we say their name? Why don't we say Cannon Hinnett's name? Why don't we say Tamir Rice's name? If you're gonna go with like a 12-year-old boy that got shot with a toy gun, yeah, that was a fucked up thing. I mean, like I said, I can't put all the blame on the police officer either. 12 years old, today's society, you never know. But that's a fucking tragedy. What happened to Blake is not a tragedy. I'm sorry, it's not. Breonna Taylor, the verdict's still not in. It could be, very well could be a tragedy. A fucked up wrong number, whatever. All I'm saying is the reports I'm hearing and reading about and everything, I'm trying to dig in and figure some of this shit out so I don't have to not sleep at night thinking about it. It's leaning towards she was not the saint that everybody says, but like I said, Duncan Lemp was the same situation. He wasn't a saint either. So when does it end? I mean, you say when police brutality ends, it ends. I'm sorry, the policemen, they got enough, they're fighting enough fucking battles out here. You got a bunch of idiots that won't just do what they're supposed to do. When they say, I'm detaining you, put your hands behind your back, just fucking put your hands behind your back. And if you're fucking guilty, you're going to go to jail. And you have the right in the jail to plead your fucking case. You're innocent until proven guilty. That's still what I believe works in this country. It's not rocket science, man. It's simple. If you're on drugs and all that shit and you're batshit crazy and you go out of control on the cops and something bad happens to you, what are they supposed to do? Touch you with kid gloves? You know, oh, he's on drugs, we better just let him go. It's like when guys trying to get in a car to get a weapon, just let him go, we'll get him later. He might go out and kill somebody here in about 5 minutes, but okay. And Richard Brooks, we've talked to him for 40 minutes. He's probably okay to drive home. Just give him a warning for DUI. You know, been out of jail for a month for COVID, and he's just passed out in the fucking drive-thru and couldn't pass any sobriety tests. We'll just let him go. No, they were just going to arrest him for DUI. Been there, done that myself. You could talk shit, but just as you're putting your hands behind your back, call them everything in the book. They might fucking not like it. And you might even get roughed up, thrown in the car a little bit. But God bless it, you'll be alive. Them cops will be alive. They wouldn't have got shot with a taser. They wouldn't have had. And the guy that shot Richard Brooks probably has trouble sleeping at night. It's not something he wants to do when he goes out to patrol the streets. I know, I mean, 99.9% of police officers want to go home at night, safe and sound, and they don't want to have to pull the trigger because they got to live with that. So the theory of you're hunting people down is bullshit. I back the blue. I'm not going to stay. If that's what I got to say, if that's the whole point of the message of today, I back the military. I back the blue. I back the President of the United States. I back good people. Not criminals. Fuck criminals. Pedophiles, fuck you. Yeah, I mean, I got more to say about that too. But Save Our Children's been kicking ass. I mean, it's small victories, but, you know, they're finding kids. People are getting arrested for it. They're figuring some of this shit out. There's a big push for it now. And, like I said, I'm going to try not to go any vlog without mentioning Save Our Children. And it's got, there's more coming out as the days go on. And they're finding these people and, the people that are doing it, they're finding kids in these really remote situations that we, can't fathom, like in container yards in Delaware. They've just 140 people they found are kids they found in Australia. So Australia's having, they've had some problems. It's worldwide, man. It's not just the United States, but it's just, that's all we can worry about is here, because that's where I am. That's all I can worry about is here. So Save Our Children. Yeah, keep supporting that. Anytime you see a post of missing children, try to share it. Or if you see suspicious people, fucking call them out. We'll end this bullshit. I mean, I'm hoping some sweeping arms coming down, but if it's a storm coming, should have done been. And I've said that a lot, and I'll fucking say it over and over again. It should have done been. If we know something, just do it. Don't wait. We're not Donnie Brasco here trying to set up. We don't need to get the whole fucking cartel. We need to get piece by piece and then get the cartel if we have to. But we're aiming for that fucking cartel. And, them sick motherfuckers trafficking children, time's going to have to come, man. It should. I wish it was now. And if it's not now, it's got to be soon. Just for sanity of us all. Anyway, I've been, like I said, I've enjoyed all these sessions. I'm going to try the podcast tomorrow. Tune in. I got to say there what everybody else says. Like and subscribe. Subscribe to the channel. I mean, it would be nice. I did get a few new subscribers last week, so excellent. It was good. I'm up to like 13, but, hey, if you guys like listening to me, make a comment or something, and I'm going to try to, podcast and these vlogs. I'm going to really have to start separating my subjects. I know I ramble. It's what it was set up for, was to ramble, but I know it gets old listening to an hour of this fucking guy talk. But I appreciate it very much. Have a great 9/11. It's a Friday, so enjoy that. All right, man. I thank y'all. Stay tuned for the next episode. And if I get the podcast out, check that out. And hopefully I'll be getting that on a bigger broadcast, maybe even Spotify or shit like that. Why not? I'm having a good therapeutic time doing this. So, thank you very much. Have a great day. Stay safe.